fought darkness for control of the world. Dark Dragon led the evil hordes of darkness. The ancients fought back with the powers of light. Dark Dragon was defeated and cast into another dimension. The Lord of Darkness vowed to return in 1,000 years. Cliché. Time passed, and Dark Dragon was forgotten by all. 10 centuries of peace ruled the land of Rune. Until the kingdom of Runefaust brought war and fear to Rune. Faust is German for fist. Hordes of evil creatures ravaged every land. Here and there, strongholds of good still held out, awaiting a hero who could wield the powers of light. Shining Force, the legacy of great intention. Hi guys, thanks for joining my stream. I mean, OBS says there's one person viewing, but that might be me, so who even knows? I haven't done this in a very long time, so hopefully it'll be alright. Alright, let's figure out how this all works again. Alright, is that gonna work? No, gotta click that, gotta click that. Gotta click that. Alright. Now you can probably, hopefully, see the game. And hear a bit of game audio and hear me. I have no idea if it sounds good or not. But we're just gonna go. So we're gonna do a playthrough of the original Shining Force. Oh, hello Finn. Mic is too low. How do I increase that? Hang on. Alright. We've got someone in the chat helping me out. Awesome. I think the last time I streamed was like 6 years ago, and it was Senran Kagura, so let's pretend that didn't even happen. Alright, which one of these is my volume? Let's try this. Is my voice gradually getting louder? I think it's getting a bit louder. Yeah? Only from the left, eh? Technology sure is something. How is that? Is that louder at all? Well, what if I do this? Is that louder? Oh, that's okay. Static from the right, eh? Oh boy. Alright, let's turn this down. Alright, what do we got going on? Yeah, it's showing that it's only coming out of the left speaker. Alright. Properties. Okay. What if I do this? Okay, that's probably just the left channel again. I'm just going to pick up my phone here and try to find a solution. Because this audio setup that I also use for recording the videos, plus I use it for recording vocals, so it normally comes through left and right without a problem, so I'm thinking it might be something not ticked in OBS. So let's do a quick Google. Okay, so I think I've got a fix here. Audio. Advanced audio properties. Okay, testing. How does that sound? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. All right, I'm gonna switch on the game audio again. It's probably a little bit low because I keep it low when I play games, just so I can chuck on a podcast or a movie or whatever. But can you just slightly hear the game audio while I'm talking? Talk. Test. Fantastic. Okay, thank you so much. Finn, you're gonna get, I don't know, some sort of treat on Discord for the assistance today. Alright, so, what we're doing is we're playing OG Shining Force, but with a bit of a twist. I've played through the original Shining Force literally probably 20-some times. I got the game when it was practically brand new in '93. I would have been 11 years old, because I am an old man. Yeah, I've played it pretty much every year since then, more or less, so probably over 20 times I've played the game, so as much as I still enjoy it, it does get a little bit boring, so I've actually installed a mod. I have tried this mod before. It's the Shining Force Join Randomizer. I think that's the name of it. It basically, other than max and a couple of units, it essentially shuffles everybody. So last time I played, I ended up starting with, it was Max, and I think it was Eamon, and Blue, and Pele, and a couple of other characters. Yeah, pretty much randomizes just about everybody, with a few exceptions. So we're going to get straight through to it. Skip all of Simone's dialogue. New game. And I did start a game previously with this installation of the mod just to make sure it works, so I know who my first random character is going to be. But other than that, it's all going to be a mystery because it randomizes it each time. Alright. Ooh, Chapter 1, Runefaust Invasion. Max, come on, kid, wake up. I didn't hit you that hard. Keep your guard up, kid. Those beasts of Runefaust will tear you to pieces. Okay, that's enough for today. You'd better take it easy for a while. Okay, thanks, boss. Probably gonna beeline to through most of the actual dialogue here. king has sent for you. You must come at once. Of course, lead the way, guardsman. I fear the worst, Max. Prepare yourself for battle immediately. Oh, it's so Saturday morning cartoon. Did you see Varios's face? He went pale. Something really big is happening. Alright, let us go straight for it. Now, with this mod, it is going to show, it's going to show, like, the pre-programmed who is who. Like, we're going to go up here and we're going to see Gort. Even though when it comes time to recruit him, it will end up being somebody else. And when we recruit our first batch of characters, Tao and Hans and Ken and all of them, since it's a pre-written bit of dialogue and not a game flag, it will still say those characters' names, but then we'll go to headquarters and it should be some different characters. Alright, so we're going to talk to the king. Find out a bit of history about Guardiana. Hello, Unnatural 20. Yes, we are on randomized characters. You can say no, but it's that Dragon Warrior thing where it's like, but thou must! But thou must! Alright, so we're gonna leave town, or leave the castle. We're gonna have all of the characters show up. Give us their little spiel. Just X through all of this. Sorry, C button, not X. As I play on my actual official Sega Genesis. Alright, so we got Lo saying, hi, I'm Lo, I'm joining your team, but then Luke joins the Shining Force. So Luke is one of your starting characters, and he's very powerful, so it's actually kind of good that he joined right now. Alright, so we're going to go to headquarters, and we're going to see who else we ended up with. I would love for there to be a flying character. And this randomizer, as crappy as Blue and Adam are, getting them for the first battle and having them all through the game, they're actually pretty decent units. Let's see who we get. Oh my god. Alright, this is a pretty darn good starting team. So we've got your boy Xylo, who's going to be great in all those areas with trees. We've got Pele, who's probably the best centaur in the game. Once again, we got Luke, he's a starting character, but he's one of the most powerful characters as well. We've got Chris, probably the second best healing character. And we've got who I consider the best unit in the game, Kokichi. Because he can fly, he's got decent attack and defense, decent agility, decent hit points. But since he's a lance user, he can also have spears. So he's very versatile, and having him from the first battle onward, this is going to be good. Okay, I am stoked for this playthrough. Alright. So we are going to stop at the item shop just to buy a couple of herbs. Because a couple of these guys are going to be a little bit fragile. Oh no, I've got to see the king first to get the money. Derp, derp, derp. Okay. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, the randomizer also recombobulates everybody's level. So if you end up somehow getting, I don't know, Hanzo really early, he's going to be dropped down to a, you know, like a level 1 character. He's not going to be super high level and super powerful. And this is also what makes Blue and Adam so good, because you're starting off with them weak and unpromoted at level 1, so you can slowly and gradually level them up, and they turn out to be pretty decent characters. Softlocked. I have only played through it once with the randomizer, and it didn't softlock me at all. So fingers crossed we're gonna be okay. Yeah, so Xylo at level 1, Kokichi level 1. Their defense is going to be a little bit low, so we'll get them a couple herbs. But with Chris on the team as well, everybody should be fine. Now, on my first randomizer that I did play of this, I ended up getting Tao in my first bunch of characters. So I had her for the whole game, and she really carried the early battles. But I don't have a mage, and if I get them too late, I don't want to do like a lot of grinding for this series, because that will get pretty boring for the people who don't like grinding. So hopefully we'll be okay without a bunch of mages on my team. So what we're going to do... Oh, this is so cool having Kokichi right off the bat. This is going to be such a good playthrough. Wait for these minions to do their thing. Let's have a quick look at some stats. Yeah, defense 5. 7 MP, so she can only cast heal twice. And in Shining Force 2, you can heal a character and always get 10 experience, regardless if you heal them or not. But in Shining Force 1, you'll only gain experience if the character has damage. So Chris might be an early drop. Let's just check out Xylo as well. Defense 7, that's okay. Only 9 hit points. That's Pele's stats. Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty good team. I am gonna run away right away though, just so I can go over here and recruit Gong, who's obviously not gonna be Gong. Joe got the yogurt doing his thing. Fingers crossed for Mage. Oh, it's Vankar. All right, well, two centaurs. That's something else, I guess. Now, see, I haven't seen Dark Crystal in a very long time, 30 plus years, so I don't remember the lore. I'm just gonna quickly save. Yes, I will continue. No. Back out. Alright, let's go punch some goblins in the face. Alright, so we've got Pele and Vankar right off the bat. And Pele is definitely a little bit better, I'd say. Yeah, but it's not really too noticeable. Alright, let's get into it. The main two characters are Gelflings. Okay. They made that, Dark Crystal, Netflix series for, I think, one season. Did you see that? Was that any good? Oh, hello, little Mr. Spammer. Hang on, I gotta do a little bit of housekeeping here. It's all good. See, I deleted him before I banned him, so odds are he's still in the chat. Once he posts again, I should be able to kick him. Alright. Let's get some experience for Max. 18 experience. Should have probably gotten Max a couple of healing herbs as well, but well, you live and you learn, as they say in the Sonic the Hedgehog series. See, look how cool this is, having Kokichi in the first battle. Does he have a spear equipped, or... No, Bronze Lance. That is fine. Oh, no. Do we all have bronze spears, bronze lances? Yeah, that is fine. Thank you, Unnatural 20. It's been a minute or two since I've used IRC, so I forget all of the commands. Glad to see they work here in Twitch, though. Alright. See, this is when a mage would be good to have. More experience for our main man. Would have loved him to kill that goblin. Hello, Hobbit. Yes, I knew it was you, but I didn't want to overstep and say a name that you weren't comfortable with. But yes, hello. It's nice to see you. I hope you're hope you've been doing well. Hope you've surpassed Rogue level 2 by now. Hopefully Rogue level 3. Heck yeah. Now, like I said, I'm going to try to avoid level grinding, but there is probably going to be maybe 3 or 4 times where I'll have to stop just to get a couple of levels for people, because unfortunately Max is kind of delicate for a little while. But I'm not going to go crazy. Normally when I play this, half the fun for me is grinding the characters. So I will literally every single battle just gain a level or 2 for everybody. And then usually the last or second last battle in a chapter, I'll grind out a bunch of levels for everybody. Even the dudes I'm not using, just because I like to see my characters get stronger. That's half the fun for me with RPGs, is you can see an actual increase in your character's power levels. And that's the fun part of a power fantasy for me, to actually see the characters get stronger. Oof. Oh, that's no good. Do you have an herb? I don't think you do, no. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's a mess. I've also got a very noisy air conditioner here, so if you hear technology shuddering in the background, it's just the AC being stupid. It's not particularly hot here yet, but in the silly part of Canada where I live, we are right on top of the ocean, so it gets very humid very quickly after winter. And today it's not as muggy as it was yesterday, but it's still kind of a lot of wetness in the air. Oh boy, well, there's our first game over. Oof. So, Shining Force. Yes, we did have snow just a couple of weeks ago. It was wild. The cool thing about Shining Force, when you die, is it's basically Dragon Quest. You just lose half of your money and go back to the last place you saved. No. Let's resurrect. I don't think anybody died, but let's just double check. Alright, everybody's fine. And yeah, since it's still so early in the game, I don't have a lot of money. Also, since it's Shining Force 1, I can't actually check my character's status outside of battle, so I have no idea how much money I have, but it's not a lot. Alright, let's make our way back to town. Back to battle, I should say. Pick up a couple herbs if I have the money. Yeah, I can buy a couple. Alright. Off we go. Alright, let's try that again. We'll try to advance maybe a little bit slower this time as well. Oh, come on. It's that initial bottleneck in this battle. And then when you push past it finally, if you're too quick, those dark dwarves will come down and just absolutely ruin your day. Level 2. 3 hit points. Well, I guess it's better than nothing, right? I'm gonna save the heals for Max, just in the event he needs them. Oof. shouldn't be too bad. No, that's fine. Would really like to get a level for Max before we're done with this battle. That's more like it. Let's buffer Max and heal. As much as I don't want Kokichi to die, I'd rather him die than Max, so... Pele. At least with 2 Centaurs and with Luke, we do have some characters who can soak up some damage. Hey, well done. Keep him for Max. Alright, let's go, bye. Let's go. He's gonna be close to a level by now. Oh yeah, we'll get him a level by the end of the battle. Right. Thank you. Should also be fine, yeah. Alright, let's get rid of these dwarves. Why not? Alright. Alright, level 2 Pele. Attack by 2, defense by 3. Oh, that's awesome. I think Pele is going to end up being a permanent addition for this run. Defend Max and go after this dwarf. See if we can get rid of the dwarf altogether. Alright. Level 2. 1 attack point. That's alright. Level 2. 3 hit points, you know, I would have liked a bit of defense, but oh wow. See, this is the problem with the AI in this game, is it's all over the place. Holy cow, man. Sometimes that centaur doesn't even move from that spot the whole battle. Other times, just... oh, wow. I only need 9 experience, so I am going to risk it. Does the original Shining Force have counterattacks? I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Alright. 1 attack, 1 defense, okay. Yeah, that's alright. Oh, no! I risked it for a level up for Max and then ended up eating it. Wow. This game, man. Alright. The good news is we're kind of getting some experience ground out, so I'm okay with it. Yeah, I definitely ate the whole biscuit. It's alright. There's worse things than getting a bit of extra experience on this first battle. Did anyone die? I don't think anyone did, but let's just do a quick visit to the priest. Or friar, whatever they are. Everyone's okay. Alright, let's do a quick save. Yes, I will continue. Alright, let us go. The good thing now that we've gotten a level on most of our frontline dudes is that we can play a little bit more fast and loose. Even just that one defense up for Max, that's a huge advantage. He's still going to be a little bit delicate, and Kokichi's a little bit delicate, but between Vankar, Pele, Luke, and Xylo, we're doing alright. I remember the first couple of times playing this back when I was like 11 years old. I would just hide Max at the beginning of the battle and not let him fight anything. So I'd be on like chapter 6 or 7 with a level 1 Max. Just absolutely deplorable. And an interesting Shining Force 2 fact, the first time I played through that game, I used the control the enemies cheat. So I basically went through all the way up to Xeon without actually fighting against the computer at all. I just line them up and just basically mow everyone down with Peter. I would have been 12 or 13. That was a very long time ago. And now I just want to level everybody up. I've been a big fan of number go up for a very long time now. 1 attack, 1 defense, 1 speed. Hey, and 1 hit point. That is a pretty decent level. I'm gonna go wild and attack with Chris. .34 experience. Oh yeah, critical hit, man. 18 points of damage. Go Xylo. Interesting factoid about Xylo. In the original Japanese, his character is Zappa. In Shining Force 3, you get another wolf man whose name is Frank. Oh hey Vexy, welcome to the chat. We haven't gotten too far. I've died on the first battle a couple of times now, so yeah, between Shining Force and Shining Force 3, you've got 2 wolf men, Frank and Zappa. As a huge Frank Zappa fan, yeah, that makes me very happy. Yeah, we're using the Shining Force Join Randomizer. Just for a bit of flavor. As I was explaining at the top of the show, I've played through this game at least 20 times, probably more. So, yeah, anything to add just a little bit of extra flavor. We ended up getting Kokichi in the first draw of characters, so I consider him the best character in the game, so I'm pretty stoked for this playthrough. Although we didn't get a mage, and we've got 2 centaurs as well, so it could have been a better draw, but between Kokichi, Pele, and Xylo, I think we're going to be doing good for a while. And since I've died a couple of times, we've gotten a little bit of experience for just about everybody, so we're doing all right. Although Chris is probably going to be kicked as soon as possible. I do like Chris. She's probably the second best healer after Tarasu, but it's just so difficult getting levels for the healers that I pretty much just always kick them and just get healing seeds. That being said, no, she won't be able to kill him. Max doing okay? Yeah. Just gonna step back and heal her. She might be the first to go, but she'll still be in the team for probably up until chapter 3. I think it was when you finally get your 13th character. So she'll be here for a while. So it'd be nice to get her a level or 2, just so she can cast heal a couple more times. So I'm going to play more defensively with Max now that we've got him a level. Keep him well away from that centaur. Try to keep that goblin for Kokichi. Crazy and send up Pele just to start on the centaur and just to block his path if he decides to come down. You know what? Let's just go crazy. I was going to save him for Kokichi, but a bit more experience for Max. Won't say no to that. Absolutely, Hobbit. Oh, Kokichi, you're letting me down, man. Do 5 damage to him, keep him alive for Max. No, he's dead. Alright, that's fine. We've got Max a level and a half. You know, that's, you know, could be worse. Alright. Attack level increases by 5. This is why I love this stupid game, because it's so stupidly balanced. Defense by 1, speed by 2, 2 hit. Yeah, that's a darn good level, man. Alright, Kane's attacking Guardiana. There's another earthquake. Alright, now. Normally this battle is very aggravating because you start off with this bottleneck and the terrain is garbage. But, and we do have 2 centaurs, so that's crappy. But we've got Xylo, who's good in moving in forests, and we've got Kokichi, who can freaking fly. If I wanted to, and I had a couple more levels on him, I could just go straight over here and start working on these other dudes. But I do not have that level of bravery with a level 2 Kokichi. Yeah, Xylo's gonna rip shit up, absolutely. bottleneck, man. 8 damage. Let us go. Yeah, my two probably biggest complaints about the original Shining Force is the enemy AI is pretty rough, and some of these outdoor battles are just a mess. Like, no one can move well through these mountains, and especially on Battle 2. Necromancer, hello! Welcome to our little Shining Force randomizer playthrough. Alright. Yeah, it's going alright. We've, Max bit the bullet a couple of times on the first battle, so we've had to do that a couple of times, but hey, you know, we're getting there. It's a bit of extra experience. Yeah, Xylo's pretty overpowered at this point. I can see him and Kokichi carrying this first chapter. Now, something you'll notice as well, in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, you have a little window that says Land Effect. Now, what that is, and what it's supposed to do, it's supposed to affect your movement on that terrain by 30%, but give you a 30% bonus to your defense. Now, it varies depending on what type of panel you're on. If you're on normal plains or bricks or just something normal that you'd walk on, it's 0. So you're not being affected by the land, but you're not gaining a damage bonus or a defense bonus. Flying characters don't get it at all. The problem is they messed up the programming. So it definitely does affect your movement, but you don't gain a defense bonus for that terrain. So it's just a huge detriment walking on mountains and walking in forests. Now, they do go on to eventually fix it in the later games, but being 1991 and a cartridge-based game, and Sega not liking to pay the people who make the games for them, there was never a patch released in the form of a new cartridge. And with all of these, not remasters, but collections of old Genesis games, they never fixed it. So regardless of what version you play, you're never getting a defense bonus for the land terrain. Yeah, exactly. A lot of things were untested. In fact, in the very next battle, we're going to have something else that went untested, and thusly a bug was introduced, and makes one of my most hated enemies in any game ever. But we'll get to that once we get to Battle 3. Now we're just slowly making our way up through this bad terrain. Oh yeah, life was absolutely terrible for developers back in the day. There are going to be a couple of hiccups. I do have my fast internet now, but it's a weird type of internet. It's cellular internet used for home devices, so they do put weird caps on a few things, so you might get a hiccup or a hitch here and there, but hopefully it won't be anything too bad. But compared to my previous internet, which was DSL, 7 meg download, and 1.5 meg upload, this is the fastest internet in the entire universe for me. It's just unfortunately the building I'm in is old and it's got a lot of floors. It's like a 13-floor building. The building won't pay for good internet to be installed, and all of the internet providers say there's not enough people in the building who want good internet for them to bother installing it. So, after living here for years and years, one company said, yeah, cellular internet, you can get it anywhere in your province, and it'll be mostly pretty good wherever you are. And you know what? It's not perfect. It's not that super high def internet I had when I was still living in South London, but man, 7 meg download and 1.1 meg upload made doing anything on the internet a hassle. I'd have to go to my sister's, she lives like 25 minutes away on bus. I'd have to go with my laptop with the new RPG Fortress video or any new album I was uploading, and I'd have to just hang out at her place for a while and upload the video or upload the music because she had super fast internet. With this internet being so slow, most RPG Fortress's videos would time out after, I think there's a hard stop on YouTube after 16 hours of trying to upload a video. And even after 16 hours of trying to upload a 5 gig video, it would be less than halfway done. So essentially it would be like 32 hours to upload a 10-minute video, and that would completely destroy the internet for the rest of the apartment for that 32 hours or whatever. So yeah, I'm very happy with the current internet, even though it's not perfect. I can download games, I can upload albums, and that World Controller album, that's like 87 minutes long. Those are very big tracks, and it took minutes for me to upload the album, whereas on the old internet it would have been like 2 days of non-stop uploading. Alright, Kokichi and Xylo are absolutely carrying the team for this battle. Xylo's even got decent defense now, too. Now, once we get to Battle 3, there's no bottleneck. There are some issues with Battle 3, but it should give us just enough room and leeway to hopefully get... Well, with Max at 90 experience, we might be able to get him to level 3 in this battle. But regardless if he hits it or not, in the next battle, I'm gonna want to get him to probably level 4. So that'll be a bit of juggling. These centaurs are just absolutely useless on Mountain. Alright, I am going to risk it to get Max a level. All right. Hopefully a couple of points of defense. 2 attack, 2 defense. Okay. I am happy with that. Yeah, very good point, Vexy. I think the game would probably play a lot differently, because you could turtle your characters, which you can't really do with the terrain as the way it is now. Alright, I'm gonna... All these guys are level 3. Yeah, I'm going to... I'm actually gonna harvest this guy with Max, hopefully. Oh yeah, let's go, man. We won't hit level 4, but we'll be a third of the way there. Yeah. Yeah, hitting level 4 with Max in the next battle should be easy peasy, as they say. Can we get a bit of experience for Chris? Yeah, I think we'll be all right. Yeah, it's too bad about getting experience for healers in this game. Once you get to Chapter 2, you can get the healers and the mages the power staff, which actually gives them a really good strength boost for, well, pretty much that entire chapter. So you can get your level 1, level 2 staff users to 6 or 7 if you really try hard. Yeah, the power staff is good stuff. But then they only get like 1 or 2 more staff upgrades, and none of them are as good of an upgrade as that power staff. So with mages, you know, it's easy enough to get them experience because they have ranged attacks that hit really hard. But for a mage, or for a healer, in this game, they don't have any attack magic. And regardless of how much they heal, they're only going to be getting like 10 experience. So to get a level up, you're casting heal 10 times in a battle. And that is 30 MP. So you're not even going to have 30 MP till way, way late in the game. It's just, yeah, unfortunately healers are completely underutilized in this game. They fix it like almost too much in Shining Force 2, because even if you have 0 hit points missing, you can heal with a healer and get 10 experience. So you're always just slowly gaining experience. But once you gain aura or boost, you can cast it on multiple characters and gain upwards of 25 experience. So do that 4 times and you have a level for your healer. And, you know, you've got essentially 3 Master Monks in Shining Force 2, and they're all pretty good fighters. So, yeah, you can get along a lot easier in Shining Force 2. Shining Force 3, I don't have as much experience with because I've only played through the entirety of that game once. I'm hoping to rectify that in the future, but yeah, I can't really comment on that one. Alright. We have the bottom or the top one? Top one. Kokichi, man, he is just about the best unit. And getting him so early, we're heading good places. Alright. Do you have an earth? No. 2 up here. Should be okay, yep. Oh, wow. Luke is hanging on by a thread. And I don't know if I want to kill this dwarf, because if I kill the dwarf, I might lose the experience for the centaur. Level 4 Xylo, attack by 1, defense by 1, 1 hit point. Okay, that's more of a normal level. Oh man, we're gonna get another kill with Kokichi, hopefully. Alright, 11 damage. Level 4. 1 defense, 1 speed, 2 hit points. I'll take it, man. And Pele, who was stuck behind due to the terrain, is going to get the ultimate kill in the battle. Guys, we're cooking with gas over here. We're cooking with gas and fire. No blaze, unfortunately, but hey, we're going, and that was a dang good level for Pele. Alright. No deaths, we're doing okay. Guardian has been reduced to scrap. Roundfast is going to attack again at some point. This guy's going to sell gear now. Does he have spears at this point? Does. Okay, so spears, for the people who don't know, they're for lance users like Kokichi, Vankar, and Pele. The difference between a lance and a spear is that a spear attacks from 2 spaces as opposed to 1 space. So each of these Centaur Knights are going to be a little bit more versatile. And Kokichi, since he's flying and can attack from 2 spaces away, he's going to become extremely versatile. The only problem is now I've only got 10 gold. So I'm going to talk to this guy. Oh yeah, it's absolute trauma. We're going to buy 1 medical herb. And we're going to give it to... I'm going to give it to Kokichi, because he's still a little bit delicate. Alright. Oops. Going to do a little bit of housekeeping. Now, it is a drop in strength, but these centaurs are powerful enough anyway that a drop in damage for a bit of distance is absolutely fine. I'm going to keep their bronze lances just in case they need to fight something more powerful like a Runefaust Knight. But now I can't sell the lances and get some money. So there's an upgrade for Luke that we're going to miss out on. Oh, it's all good, Neko. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later in Discord at the very least. Enjoy your evening. All right, let's recruit Gort, who is Ernest. So Ernest is another centaur. Now, another criticism of the original Shining Force is there are a lot of lance users. There's like 7 centaurs plus Kokichi, who also uses lances. There are not a lot of high-powered lance or spear weapons, so if you're going to use a lot of these centaurs, which you shouldn't, you are really working at a detriment for equipment. But still, Ernest has probably some decent defense, so he'll be an okay addition. Let's have a look. Status. There is level 2. Yeah, I mean, defense 8, attack 17. Yeah, he's gonna do good at soaking up some of that damage. I've had 3 knights and Kokichi, and we're only going to battle 3. My, oh my. And Gunts, thank you, Vexy. So yeah, that's like 9 characters who use lances and spears. And only 1 Valkyrie, which is the strongest spear in the game. So, yeah. Once again, 1991, there was no monetary increase that Sega gave Camelot to make Shining Force over Shining in the Darkness. So Shining in the Darkness being the previous game they made in 1990, a dungeon crawler for the Genesis. Sega only gave them whatever amount of money they gave them. Shining in the Darkness did well. Okay, we want you guys to do a strategy game now in the same universe, but we're only going to pay you what we paid you to do the first game. Make it better. So they went on and made Shining Force. Shining Force is great. It's not perfect. They did Shining Force Gaiden for the Game Gear, Shining Force Gaiden 2 for the Game Gear, Shining Force 2 for the Mega Drive, Shining Force 3 Gaiden for the Game Gear. Those 5 games were released over a 3-year period. So, yeah, they were overworked to do these Shining Force games. So, knowing all of that, with the bugs that are in the game and the oversights that are in the games, that's cool, man. Like, pay your workers and give them the appropriate amount of time to create that art. Alright, I gotta check something on my Diddy Bob here. Oh, Vexy, Automod picked up on your... Okay, Vexy, Automod picked up on your Gunts and said, hey, we're automodding this for misogyny. It's like, okay, sure, guys. So Gunts has been added to the list of safe words now, so you can mention Gunts all you want to, and it won't be flagged as misogyny. What a silly system. There you go. Gunts, 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 Gunts. I had a similar problem with, I got some lyrics for a Rachel Winters song that's going to be out on the next EP, about Battle Angel Alita. And in Battle Angel Alita, the martial arts that she uses is called Panzerkunst. And uploading that to DistroKid, they're like, hey, this word Kunst, K-U-N-S-T, this word sounds a little bit strange. Is this a misogynistic word? It's like, well, no, it's German for art, in fact, so please allow it through the system. They did, like, immediately, but yeah, I guess you can't be too careful in these current days. But let's leave it there. So yeah, Kain is here, kills Various, kills the king. May is upset that her dad is dead. The king gives us a little speech. So May is about to join. Very interesting to see who she is, since we've already got a bunch of centaurs. I'd love to have a mage. Aleph or Anri would be perfect right now. Oh, Eamon. Okay, yeah, I'll take Eamon. Eamon is not the strongest unit. In fact, she might be the weakest of the flying units, but another flying unit this early in the game, Absolutely. I'll definitely take her. The fun thing with the join randomizer for Shining Force 2 is that it even randomizes Bowie, the hero. So when I played that a couple of years ago, when I started, it wasn't Bowie. I started as Kiwi. Now, Kiwi can't do a lot unpromoted, but when he's promoted, obviously he's got massive defense, he's got decent power, he can also hover, so he can't fly, but he can essentially walk over trees and rivers and water, so he had a lot of traversal that Bowie didn't have, so that was a very cool playthrough. Now we're bumping up against one of those Shining Force problems is that we've got a limited inventory for everybody, but if you try to pick something up while Max has his hands full, it just won't let you pick things up, so you're constantly going to be shuffling around gear. Now in Shining Force 2 they changed it. You can still only hold 4 things, but if your main character has his hands full, he can he'll automatically pass it to the next open spot on the next character. But for now, it's a lot of inventory Tetris. Coins, that's alright. Power potion. Now that will bring up your power, your strength by 1 or 2 points. I'm going to just use that right away on Max. Okay, I'll take it. And the defense potion is similar, but it is for your defense as opposed to your strength. Right. Let us move on to Battle 3. So we're on our way to Alterone, which is the next town, to see what's going on up there. But we've got this very large battlefield to go. So essentially we're going all the way up here. It's much easier traversal because there is a road. There's not really any mountains in the way. Only limited trees are in the way. The issue is there's a lot of dwarves, and they still hit pretty hard. There's a lot of centaurs who hit very hard, but we also have an introduction to these guys. Now, the bats fly, which is one thing. When they hit you and do damage, there's a chance that they're going to put you to sleep, which is also a problem. But the big problem is another glitch in the game. Characters that fly, they're supposed to have a slight increase in their ability to dodge attacks. Unfortunately, the number was tweaked far too high, so flying characters have a very high chance to block any sort of attack. So normally, yeah, I equipped the spears, but I kept the lances because the lances are stronger than the spears. So I'm just holding on to them for essentially these 5 guys up here, because the spears might not be enough to do damage to them. But yeah, normally I would deal with the bats with Tau, but I don't have Tau and I don't have any magic users, so fighting these bats probably won't be really difficult, but it will definitely be very annoying. So yeah, we've got all this open terrain, but we're gonna we're gonna try to take it slowly. Because the last thing you want is for the bats to put a couple characters to sleep, and then between the bats and the dwarves hammering on you, have Max have his 4th death in 3 battles. Or 3rd death in 3 battles. We don't want that to happen. Alright, so Ernest just joined. He doesn't have a spear, so we're just going to be lancing it up. He's decently powerful. Slowly mark away. I don't mind just throwing all these centaurs up all willy-nilly, because they've got enough hit points and enough defense that they will live through a couple of hits. And if Ernest or Vankar were to die, you know, I'm not going to use all of these centaurs way deep into the game. So as long as Max and Kokichi and Xylo get a bit of experience every battle, I almost want to throw him over here to fight these guys, but odds are he'll miss, and then they'll put him to sleep and then kill him, so gotta act defensively, even though I don't really want to. Pardon me. Oh, Xylo. Wow. Go for it, man. Alright. Just try to wipe out as many of these dwarves as I can before the bats get here. And I need to remember that I have spears, so I can attack from a space away. Gotta remember that. Yeah, a little bit less damage, but for that extra versatility. Oh, boy. Alright. Well, better Chris than Max. Okay, she has not been put to sleep, so that's good. And here comes number 2. Also going for Chris. Alright, I'm fine with that. Alright, and missed. Cool. Oh yeah, I love that little spin he does. Alright. Oof. Gotta give that boy his lance back. I want to work on those bats, but with those... all those dwarves hanging out, I just want to get rid of a couple of them. I don't think she's going to be strong enough to kill him. Oh. Alright. So yeah, Eamon is one of 2 birdmen that you get. She's not that powerful. Okay, she hit twice, that's alright. But she can fly, which gives her more versatility. The other Birdman character, Balbaroy, her husband, is a little bit stronger, because gender, of course. So a lot of people will use him for speed runs. Basically just give him the power ring and constantly pump up his attack and kill bosses, but I generally don't use either of the Birdmen. They're just too weak. She's not going to do any damage to either of them, so I'm just going to heal. Okay, only 2 damage on max. I can get down with that. Just slowly work on these dwarves. Once again, I've got a spear. Don't know why I'm attacking up close. If anything, it'll keep them a bit more contained. Oh, now this is bad news. Okay, only 1 damage, and he didn't fall asleep. That is A-okay. Do you have an herb? No. Try it on this guy. Maybe hit him twice if lucky. Fingers crossed. No. All right. Kokichi, my man. Oh, thanks, Hobbit. I appreciate that. I don't know how often I'm going to do these. I'd like to do it once a week, probably on a Saturday. I can appreciate that people are busy on a Saturday. Some people work on a Saturday. My new job is Monday to Friday, which is crazy that I've been able to pick up something like that over all these years. So Saturday is probably the best day for me. But I'm going to save these as VODs as well and put them up on YouTube in case anybody ever wants to watch them that way. Oof. Wow. Not even a critical hit, and he's doing 14 damage. Alright. Fingers crossed for a level up. I'd love to get max to 4. He's got to be close by now. Oh yeah, 12 points away. So yeah, in Shining Force, regardless of your level, you always only need 100 experience to gain a level. The way they mitigate that is the stronger you are, the less experience that enemies will give you. So... Oops. There's that infamous dodge. Try a hit. Maybe do 2 damage. Probably 1. Oh, 3. Well done, Chris. Hey, level 2 for Chris. And we've got enough magic points now to cast heal 3 times per battle. Awesome stuff. Now, we've got 2 ways we can do this. We can go quickly up the road, start fighting these centaurs, hopefully before the bats take notice, or we can go straight up for the bats, which I think is what I'm actually going to do in this instance. Because I don't want half my team asleep fighting 5 centaurs, because they will get absolutely destroyed. Slowly creeping up. Using an herb. Just gonna slowly creep these guys up till the bats take notice. All right. Oh, no. Here come the centaurs. Alright, I gotta get these bats out of here ASAP. Level up for max. 2 speed. 1 hit point. 1 useless magic point. Definitely not the best level he could have gotten. Could have used at least 1 defense point. Kill that bat. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, hell yeah. 16 damage. Well done, Kokichi. Gonna swing in with Chris. Alright. 10 experience. I'd like to harvest the bats for weaker characters, but with those knights on their way over. Again, Xyla doesn't need the experience, but I gotta get these guys out of here before the centaurs show up. Whoa, critical hit. 26 damage. What in the world? Hello, Jessica. Welcome to the chat. What role does the Dark Dragon play in the story? So, let's have a quick look at Xyla's level first. 3 attack, 2 defense, 2 speed, 3 hit points. Fantastic level. So Dark Dragon is, in the original Shining Force, they just mentioned that he is like an ancient evil that's been sealed away for 1,000 years. There's this group called Runefaust trying to resurrect him. Standard, fantasy tropes of bringing back a big evil that's been sealed away and you have to stop them. In Shining Force 2, it's slightly expanded. Dark Dragon, along with Xeon and Lucifer, in the original Japanese text, are the 3 grand evils of hell. Just showing that Dark Dragon is significantly more powerful than he's portrayed in this game. And in this game, he's still portrayed as a pretty powerful character. But in Shining Force 2, the English translation, they say it's Dark Dragon, Xeon, and Dark Soul are the 3 primeval devils, but in the original translation, it's Dark Dragon, Xeon, and Lucifer. But being 1993 or whatever, I guess they didn't want to say Lucifer's name in a Sega game, so they just said, hey, let's just use Dark Soul instead. This is not going to hit very hard at all, if she even hits. Oh, I lied. 5 damage. Alright. Hey, I will take that. Alright, we're creeping. We're sneaking. This is going to hurt. Yeah. Oh, do we want to risk it with Max? What does he need to level up? He's at 0. I'm not going to throw Max right up into it. 2 of those centaurs could take him out. And I don't want that to happen. Level 3, 1 attack, 1 defense, And 2 hit points. That's alright. I'll take it. Oh boy, oh boy. Aim and quickly defends. Awesome. See, this is another good thing with Xylo. Xylo can move really well through forest tiles. Once again, he doesn't need the experience, but I want to kill some of these centaurs. I might do a tier list video myself at some point. It's something that has been written in a notepad file for the last probably 3 years. So yeah, it might get done at some point. There's so much to talk about in Shining Force, not because I haven't talked about it all already, but just because I know all of the ins and outs of these first couple of games since I've been playing them for a million years. Like, I could do a video on the mistranslations of Darksoul and Lucifer, without getting into heavy spoilers. Shining Force, Gaiden 3, Final Conflict. There's a lot of lore in that game that kind of bridges between Shining Force and Shining Force 2. That would be cool to do a video on. I did do that hour-long video on Shining Force 3, but like I said earlier, that was the I've only played through those games the one time, so there's a lot more stuff that I could say about Shining Force 3. Plus, that video is a little old, so it's kind of not as good as my videos have become. Not to say that my videos are great in the first place, but they're more compact and more coherent. I'd like to do more Shining Force 3 stuff. Plus, I still got to do the Shining in the Shining the Holy Ark video. I've been talking about that for, God, years now. Shining the Holy Ark, essentially a prequel to Shining Force 3. They all tie together. Oof. Alright. Critical hit, only 5 damage. I think we're doing alright. Max is still a little bit delicate, but, you know, we'll get there. Kokichi dodging twice in a row. Alright. Damage, alright. What does Max need to level? Oh, he needs 100. No, that won't happen this battle. Alright, let's mop up these dudes. Very poor level for Luke. We'll try an attack, see if she can do 2 or 3 damage. Alright, 2 damage. 6 experience. Hopefully kill him. Get a level for Pele. Attack up by 4. Defense by 2. Hit points by 2. Incredible. And I'm going to leave the slot open here for Max. He's not going to level up, but I'd like to get him just a bit more experience before the next battle. Yeah, that'll do. And yeah, we'll take him out with Kokichi. Once again, doesn't need the experience, but... Alright. We are rocking and we are rolling. Alright, so this is Alterone. It is a big town with a lot of chests. So there's going to be a lot of inventory Tetris. So I do apologize for that. Bronze Lance. And Shining Force being so old as well, there's no you don't just press a button to search something. It's like Dragon Quest, a little less convoluted than Dragon Quest, but you gotta press the button to bring up this little menu, and then you can search a chest or talk to a dude. Now, it's not a huge deal, because there's only a couple of commands, whereas in Dragon Quest there's like 8 or 10. It's still just a few more button presses, which over the course of a 25-hour game does add up. Alright, so this is Michaela. She is a baddie. We'll see more of her later on. I'm not going to talk to all of these peons. We're going to do some selling. Yeah, 2 lances at the same time. That would be awesome. Alright. Yeah, more to sell. Antidote heals poison, but there's only a couple of enemies that cause you to be poisoned. So I just sell them. Angel Wing works like Max's egress spell, which will bring your team out of battle. It's usually good to have a couple of them, but once again, I just sell them all. Alright, that's it. I don't think you have anything worth buying. Oh, that's a lie. He does have hand axes, so I want to get one for Luke. Although that being said, I think that there is a middle sword in one of these chests in town, which is even more powerful than the hand axe. 50 coins. She's a baddie and a baddie. That is correct. All right. Get out of my way, please. Come on. Come on. Oh my god. Thank you. Oh my god. Old video games, man. Let me tell ya. Alright, so there's a trick here where you push this cart into this girl. You talk to her, you've got mud on her dress, so she pushes you in the river. You go downstream and you get this little chest. Power potion. Max does have a middle sword. He starts off with one. But let me tell you, giving a middle sword to Luke and Gort, if he was on the team, definitely makes them a bit more viable. Not that they weren't viable in the first place. Like, Luke and Gort are always in my end team. This last playthrough I did, where I recorded the gameplay for my Shining Force 1 video on the channel, it's the first time I think I've ever not used Xylo or Gunts, but I did still use Luke and Gort just because they're both incredibly powerful. There are only the 2 axe users in the game, so you can get 2 Atlas axes, and they're both incredibly viable. Luke is a little bit more powerful than Gort, and Gort has a little bit more defense than Luke. But overall, they're both, you know, you can go with either of them, but just go with both of them. They're awesome. Yeah, there's the middle sword. Alright, let's do some Tetris. Get these seeds out of here for now. Alright. Alright, middle sword. Item give. That second one to Luke. Item equip. Okay, there's only 1 point difference, but, you know, hey, it's something. Nothing in that chest. Alright. Some more chests over here. Metal blurb. Just immediately give that to someone else. Alright. He just sells items, so... Alright. Go into the castle. Go into the castle. Alright, I've missed a flag somewhere. Who do I need to talk to? Now, Chris is already in my party because of the randomizer, but that doesn't affect this character's dialogue. I think it's this guy I need to talk to? Yeah. Alright, so I should hopefully be able to get in the castle now. Provided this NPC gets out of the way. Go into the castle. Go into the castle. Alright, okay, so in the castle, there's once again a load of chests to find. A lot of them are empty, and a lot of them have junk in them, like a wooden arrow. So at this point in the regular game, you only have one character who can use arrows, and he starts off with a wooden arrow. So all you can do with this wooden arrow is sell it for like 50 gold or something useless. I would have just rathered having the gold. Healing seed. I'm gonna move that one too. Item and give. Alright. Now there's Chris. Giving you a word of warning. In this area, you can sometimes get Jogurt the Yogurt to show up, but I've never been able to figure out what the flag is to get him. Essentially, you'll just be walking down this path, and he'll run up and look at you, and then run away. No idea how to explain it. There's still just a few more treasure chests to grab. Oh, God. Another defense potion. Okay. Just using a max. Treasure chest, 100 coins. Another middle sword. So this way, Luke and Gort would have one. We have no Gort, so this one should be empty. Yeah, I don't know, Bread of Life. So Bread of Life will bring up your maximum hit points by 1 or 2 points. Once again, just going to use it on max, because we want to keep him alive any way we can. Alright, so a couple of Centaur Knights hiding up in there. What's going on? It's almost like a Saturday morning cartoon. We talk to the king. He says, "Oh, go, come down here. It's not a trap or anything." Before we do that, another treasure chest. And I think this is another arrow. Yeah. Oh, wooden staff. Just as useless. Let me hand this to anybody else. Head downstairs. Oh, all these centaur knights, and it's Cain. So Alterone surrendered to Cain to protect the society, but Cain's gonna backstab them anyways because Saturday morning cartoon villains. We're gonna be thrown in jail. Talk to the friar. I'm dead. Everyone's alright. Let us... Actually, you know what? Let's have a quick save. It's been a while. And I don't know about you guys, but there's nothing I hate more than dying and losing where I am in a game and needing to replay a bunch of stuff. That is just about my most hated thing. Alright, so... Chris comes to our rescue. She joins the force, but who are we actually going to get with this randomizer? Adam! Oh, okay, so this is going to be cool. I get to prove to you guys that Adam, if he starts with you right away, becomes a pretty viable unit by the end of the game. Now, Adam and Blue are both notorious for joining the game very, very late, being low level, not being promoted. They're pretty awful. You can spend a lot of time grinding them and leveling them up, and they both become pretty viable, but that late into the game, unless you're a grinding sicko like I am, you probably don't want to do it. But starting with Adam as a low-level character, gradually becoming a high-level character with the rest of your team, is actually pretty good. Blue too. Blue has the ability to fly though, so he is a little bit more viable. Alright, so we're going to have this big battle in the middle of town. But I think we're going to call it here. I am just going to check the status of a couple of my characters first, though. So yeah, Adam's level 2, and he's got 17 hit points and 15 defense. So he is a huge tank already. His movement and his agility absolutely suck, but he is going to be able to tank damage, and eventually he'll be pretty good at dealing damage as well. Not as good as Xylo or as Luke. We've also got Kokichi and we've got Xylo, who are the top tier of the team right now. So yeah, I'll give you a little peek of the battle before we end the stream. It's a big battle. Traversal's easy because there's lots of walkways to go across. There are bats. There are a bunch of centaur knights, more bats, dwarves. Plus you have the introduction of these archer characters who aren't too bad. But you've also got your first mage enemy with Blaze 2 and a lot of magic to cast it, so if you have your characters all bunched up, there's a good chance they're going to take a lot of damage and potentially die, so you've gotta advance on this mage in the right way or start the battle over again. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Thank you for stopping by. I was not expecting, you know, this many people to come around. So I appreciate it. It's been a fun couple of hours. Hopefully we're going to do it again next week. It'll be Saturday again. Apologies to the people who aren't around on a Saturday. But once again, the VOD is going to go up on YouTube in a new playlist for live streams. So if you really want to catch up on this randomized playthrough with the addition of random Shining facts that only I, the world's nerdiest Shining Force fan, might know about, it might be the VOD for you. You might have a lot of fun with that. That being said, thank you for coming by. And you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by, Vexy. I appreciate it. And thank you for stopping by, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Let me see if I remember how to stop a stream first. Alright, so we're going to want to... Oh, I don't have an end screen. I've got my starting soon screen. And I've got my AFK stream. And I've got the offline stream for Twitch, but not for my OBS. So I'll have to make one before we do this again next week. So that being said, thanks for coming by. We'll see you soon. Oh, how do I sign off my videos? I'll sign off. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hug a cat. Goodbye.